Ladies and gentlemen, coin hunters, collectors, and treasure seekers, welcome back to Ultra Rare US Coins, the channel that brings you the most faithful, most trustful, and always freshly updated stories from the world of American coinage. If you are here today, you've stepped into the vault of secrets where history and fortune collide, where an ordinary pocket change transforms into a treasure chest of unbelievable wealth. Today, I am about to reveal 5 coins so rare, so valuable, and so breathtakingly extraordinary that once you hear their stories, you will never look at coins the same way again. These are not just pieces of metal. These are living legends, treasures disguised as everyday currency, and treasures that auction houses across America are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on. Stay with me until the very end, because the values we uncover today are not simple numbers. They are life-changing fortunes. And when I say life-changing, I mean treasure vault, golden destiny, overnight millionaire kind of wealth. Every collector dreams of such finds, but today, one of them might already be hiding in your hands, your drawer, or even your pocket right now. So let's begin, and our journey starts with a coin that almost no one talks about yet. It has already sent shockwaves across the auction world. This is none other than the Lincoln Shield cent of 2011, carrying the powerful D mint mark. Coin number 1. At first glance, the 2011 Lincoln Shield cent doesn't look like much. Most people who see it in their change do not even give it a second thought. After all, it's a penny, a 1-cent coin that has circulated in billions. But this is where the story takes a sharp turn into the world of mystery, rarity, and hidden fortune. The Lincoln Shield cent was introduced in 2010 as part of a redesign to honor Abraham Lincoln and symbolize the unity of the United States. On the front, we still see Lincoln's timeless portrait, carved with fine detail. But flip it over, and there is the strong, striking shield, bold, powerful, and deeply symbolic of America's strength and endurance. The design itself was a tribute to Lincoln's role in keeping the Union together during one of the darkest times in our nation's history. Now, here's where things get exciting. In 2011, the Denver Mint produced these cents in massive quantities, but a microscopic fraction of them was struck with extraordinary anomalies. Coins that carried shades, colors, and conditions unlike anything seen in normal circulation. One of these anomalies is the coin we are focusing on today, a 2011 Lincoln Shield cent with a D mint mark, displaying mysterious light green and yellow spotting across its surface. This unique coloration is not random. Over time, certain chemical reactions and environmental effects transformed the coin's copper-plated surface into something that looks almost alive. Instead of plain copper red, you see fascinating tones of green and yellow, making this penny appear as though it carries a hidden glow, a treasure sealed in its skin. For collectors, such features are not imperfections, they are golden opportunities. Because when rarity meets beauty, demand explodes. The coin we are talking about is not just fine in its condition, it is beyond ordinary. The sharp strike, the preserved details, the odd yet mesmerizing toning, and the D mint mark together create a coin that only a handful of collectors in the entire country can ever dream of owning. Now let's talk about rarity and collector demand. The truth is, while billions of 2011 cents exist, almost none carry this exact unique toning. When it comes to coins, uniqueness equals power. And the collectors of America, the high-dollar players at auction houses, they know this better than anyone. When such a piece arrives at auction, what starts as a simple bid turns into a battlefield of treasure hunters who want to own a piece of history and fortune combined. And this is where the story transforms from interesting to jaw-dropping. Because the current market value of this single Lincoln Shield cent, with its rare D mint mark and stunning green-yellow toning, is a staggering $75,000. Yes, you heard me right. This 1-cent coin, the smallest denomination in American money, is now a treasure worth $75,000. That is not just a price, it is a gateway into a fortune. Imagine holding this coin and realizing that in your hand lies a treasure that could fund a dream, change a destiny, and cement your place in the world of rare coin collectors. But here's the most thrilling part. The market value of this coin is not stopping here. It is climbing, rising, escalating with every passing month. Collectors know that unique toned coins are a finite treasure. Once they are locked away in a private collection, they may never return to the market again. This scarcity is what fuels the fire, and it is what makes this coin not just valuable today, but a true golden investment for tomorrow. When I say this is not fiction, I mean it. This is truth, backed by auction records and by the hunger of the collecting world. The Lincoln Shield cent of 2011 is not less than a vault of riches. For collectors watching right now, here's the tip. Never ignore modern coins. People think only old coins carry value, but this treasure proves them wrong. Always check your pocket change, always study the coins in your drawer, and never overlook strange toning, unusual mint marks, or rare conditions. Today's cent could be tomorrow's treasure chest. So, in conclusion, this Lincoln Shield cent of 2011, with the D mint mark, dressed in its rare light green and yellow spotted surface, is not a coin. It is a fortune disguised as a penny. It is the very definition of hidden treasure. And the best part? These treasures are out there, waiting to be found by people like you. Coin number 2. If you thought the 2011 Lincoln Shield cent was jaw-dropping, then prepare yourself, because what comes next will take you even deeper into the hidden world of rare treasures. The coin we are about to uncover is one that has stunned both collectors and auction houses for decades. It's a coin born during a time of transition, controversy, and change in American coinage, and today it stands as one of the greatest hidden treasures in modern numismatics. I'm talking about the 1982 Lincoln Memorial cent without a mint mark. At first glance, just like our previous coin, it looks simple, almost ordinary. It's a 1-cent piece, copper-plated zinc, with the classic image of Abraham Lincoln staring steadily from the obverse, and the grand Lincoln Memorial standing tall on the reverse. For most people, it's just another penny worth almost nothing. But for the trained eye, for the treasure hunter who looks deeper, this coin is a legend in disguise. Now let's step back into 1982. This year was unlike any other in the history of the Lincoln cent. The United States Mint was undergoing a massive change. For decades, pennies were struck mostly from copper. But copper prices were skyrocketing, and it was becoming more expensive to produce a penny than the coin was actually worth. So, in 1982, the mint made the monumental decision to switch from mostly copper composition to a new formula, copper-plated zinc. This change was one of the most dramatic in modern coin history. But that's not all. The year 1982 also brought multiple varieties of the Lincoln cent: large date, small date, Philadelphia issues, Denver issues, and in the midst of all this chaos, mistakes and anomalies slipped through. Some coins were struck with unique features, while others carried errors that would later make them worth a fortune. And among these, one stands above the rest: the 1982 cent without a mint mark, carrying mysterious brown and green spotting across its surface. That missing mint mark might seem like a small detail, but in the world of coin collecting, it is a thunderclap. Mint marks tell us where a coin was struck, whether Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. When a coin lacks that crucial mark, it immediately raises questions. Was it a mistake? Was it intentional? How many exist? For collectors, these questions aren't just curiosity, they are the very fuel of obsession. Now let's talk about the coin's unique features. The surface of this particular 1982 Lincoln Memorial Cent is anything but ordinary. Those subtle brown and green dots give it a character that no mint can reproduce. They're natural toning marks, born out of time, chemistry, and circumstance. For collectors, this adds uniqueness, personality, and above all, rarity. The coin becomes not just a piece of history, but a one-of-a-kind treasure, a fingerprint of time that nobody else can own. And rarity, my friends, is everything. Billions of Lincoln cents were struck in 1982, but how many carry this missing mint mark, this fine condition, and this incredible spotted toning? Only a handful. And when something is this rare, collectors come running. Auction houses know it. High-dollar investors know it. And serious collectors will pay any price to secure such a coin before it vanishes into a private collection forever. And now comes the moment you've been waiting for: the value. Brace yourself, because this is the kind of number that can change the way you look at every coin in your house. The current market value of this Lincoln Memorial Cent of 1982, without a mint mark and in fine condition with its stunning toning, is a massive $85,500. Yes, $85,500 for a penny. This is not an exaggeration. This is not fiction. This is the living truth of the rare coin market today. Think about it. A coin so small, so overlooked, that people toss it aside without a thought, yet, in reality, it carries the power of a fortune. It's like finding buried treasure, but instead of digging in the earth, you uncover it in your own pocket change. And here's the kicker: the value of this coin is not slowing down. It is climbing with each passing year. Collectors are hunting relentlessly for high-quality examples. The more time passes, the scarcer it becomes. And the scarcer it gets, the higher its price will soar. This is why owning a coin like this is not just a matter of pride, it's a matter of destiny. It is holding a treasure that future generations will fight over, a treasure that carries both history and fortune in its design. When you own a coin like the 1982 Lincoln Memorial Cent without a mint mark, you don't just own a penny, you own a piece of America's monetary evolution and a treasure chest in disguise. For collectors watching right now, here's your tip: study transitional years. Years like 1982, when the mint was changing materials, designs, or processes, are gold mines for rare varieties and valuable mistakes. Transitional years often hide treasures that nobody notices until decades later. Keep your eyes sharp, your magnifying glass ready, and your passion alive, because you never know when you might stumble upon a coin that transforms your life. So in conclusion, the 1982 Lincoln Memorial Cent without a mint mark is not just a coin, it is a living legend. It represents a turning point in U.S. coinage. It carries unique features that set it apart, and its rarity makes it one of the most highly sought-after treasures in the numismatic world. And with a market value soaring at $85,500 and climbing higher, this penny proves that even the smallest coin can hold the largest fortune. Coin number 3. Now, friends, if you have been on the edge of your seat with the last two coins, get ready to lean in even closer, because what we are about to explore next is a coin that almost feels like it was kissed by fortune itself. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, a simple 1-cent piece, but instead of blending in with the crowd, it gleams back at you with a golden glow, a beauty so distinct that you immediately feel it is not like the rest. That, my friends, is exactly what we have here with the 2016 Lincoln Shield Cent without a mint mark. Let's start with its story. The Shield Cent design, introduced in 2010, was meant to represent strength, union, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. On the obverse, we still have Lincoln's proud, iconic portrait, but on the reverse, the single bold shield stands tall, almost like a guardian of American unity. Every detail of this design was crafted with meaning. And in 2016, 6 years into this design's run, billions of shield cents were struck across the nation. Most of them, ordinary, unnoticed, traded in coffee shops, tucked into cash registers, and forgotten. But every so often, something extraordinary happens. Among the billions, a handful emerge with features that set them apart forever. The coin we are focusing on today is one of those miracles. A Lincoln Shield Cent struck in 2016, yet without any mint mark. Normally, coins from Philadelphia in modern years bear no mint mark, but the combination of its flawless uncirculated condition and its radiant golden shade makes this piece not just an anomaly, but a treasure. That golden hue, it is what makes this coin magical. While most cents carry the standard copper red or brownish tone, this coin gleams with a golden brilliance that feels alive under the light. Some collectors describe it as a coin that looks more like a jewel than currency. And when you hold it, there's no mistaking it. It doesn't look like a simple cent. It looks like destiny forged in metal. Now let's talk about condition, because in the world of coins, condition is king. This coin is described as uncirculated. That means it never passed from hand to hand in daily life, never sat in a jar gathering scratches, never rubbed away in someone's pocket. Its details remain crisp, sharp, perfect. The shield lines are bold. Lincoln's portrait stands untouched, and the golden surface remains pristine. Coins like this don't just get noticed, they get fought over. And here's the key: rarity. Billions may exist of the ordinary, but coins with this level of unique toning, with no mint mark, and in absolutely uncirculated condition are so scarce that they create a frenzy every time they surface. Collectors know that these treasures do not come around often. Once they enter a private collection, they may not appear again for decades, if ever. Which brings us to the value. And this is where the story turns from fascinating to life-changing. Because the current market value of this Lincoln Shield Cent 2016 without mint mark, shining with its golden shade in uncirculated beauty, is a jaw-dropping $77,000. Yes, $77,000 for a coin that most people would pass by without a second thought. Think about that for a moment. The tiniest piece of United States currency, a simple penny, carrying the weight of a treasure chest. And this is no exaggeration. It is the truth of today's auction market. And here's the most thrilling part. The market for coins like this is not slowing down. In fact, it is climbing higher and higher. Every year, more collectors recognize the power of these rare shield cents, and every year, their prices creep closer to legendary status. The golden glow of this coin is more than just a color, it is a prophecy of rising fortune. For collectors watching, here is your tip. Always check for uncirculated pieces. Coins that have never been touched by circulation hold immense power in the collector's world. And when they carry unusual toning, rare features, or mint anomalies, their value skyrockets. If you ever come across a coin that shines differently, or one that seems untouched by time, never dismiss it. It may just be your golden key to a fortune. So in conclusion, the 2016 Lincoln Shield Cent without a mint mark is not just another penny, it is a masterpiece of chance, beauty, and rarity. With its golden shade and flawless preservation, it is a treasure that transforms ordinary currency into extraordinary wealth. And at $77,000, this coin is not just an investment, it's a symbol of destiny. Coin number 4. As we dive deeper into our treasure hunt today, the story only grows richer, the suspense sharper, and the values more astonishing. And now, we arrive at a coin that takes us back into the late 1970s, a time when America was changing, when inflation was shaking households, and when the United States Mint was continuing the proud legacy of Abraham Lincoln's memorial on the nation's 1-cent coin. Yet among the countless pennies struck in 1978, one coin emerges as a legend. One coin that hides within it a dark mystery, and one coin that today is valued as a fortune. This is the 1978 Lincoln Memorial Cent without a mint mark, marked with rare black dots and preserved in very fine condition. Now, let's step back into the history. The Lincoln Memorial Cent was first introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, replacing the wheat ears reverse that had graced the cent for half a century. The design featured the Grand Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., an enduring symbol of the man who kept the Union together. It was a bold choice, modern, architectural, powerful, and for 2 decades, this design became the face of America's smallest coin. By 1978, these coins were being struck in the billions. Philadelphia alone produced massive quantities, and of course, coins from that mint bore no mint mark. For the average person, this was nothing special, just another penny for gas stations and grocery stores. But collectors know that in a sea of billions, there are always outliers. And this coin is one of them. What makes this piece extraordinary is its surface condition. Those mysterious black dots across the coin give it an identity that sets it apart from every other 1978 cent. Some might call them flaws, but in the collector world, they are unique fingerprints of time. These dots tell a story of preservation, of chemistry, of environmental influence, and ultimately, of individuality. You see, while most coins from this year faded into anonymity, this one emerged with its own rare look, its own identity. And that identity is exactly what collectors chase. Now, let's talk about its condition. Being in very fine condition, this coin shows wear, yes, but the details are still strong. Lincoln's portrait remains clear and bold. The Lincoln Memorial still reveals its fine columns, and the toning, instead of diminishing its appeal, amplifies its rarity. This is the kind of coin that stands out in an auction hall, commanding attention from every serious bidder in the room. And let's not forget the rarity factor. While billions of cents poured out of the mint, coins like this, with no mint mark, with these rare spotted features and preserved in collectible condition, are so scarce that they might only appear once in a lifetime. Scarcity is the heartbeat of value in the collector world, and this coin pulses with it. Which brings us to the heart-pounding moment you've been waiting for: the value. Today, in the auction market, the 1978 Lincoln Memorial Cent, without a mint mark, in very fine condition and carrying its mysterious black dots, is valued at an unbelievable $97,000. Yes, $97,000 for a single penny. That is not imagination. That is not fantasy. That is the living truth of America's rare coin market. Think about what that means. A coin that most people would dismiss without a second glance is in reality a treasure chest waiting to be unlocked. And here's the most exciting part. This coin's market value is not frozen. It is alive, it is climbing, and it is growing with every year that passes. Collectors know how few of these coins exist, and every time one is locked away into a private collection, The remaining examples only grow more powerful in demand. If today it's $97,000, tomorrow it could be more. The market for such treasures is red hot and shows no signs of slowing down. For collectors watching right now, here's your tip. Never underestimate coins from the 1970s. While many think the older the better, the truth is that transitional decades and high production years can still hide astonishing treasures. Look closely at every coin, study its condition, its toning, its details. What looks like an ordinary penny to one person might actually be a ticket to untold fortune in the hands of someone who knows what to look for. So, in conclusion, the 1978 Lincoln Memorial Cent without a mint mark is not just another relic of the past, it is a monument in miniature, a treasure shaped by history, rarity, and mystery. With its very fine preservation, its unique black dot features, and a market value soaring at $97,000, this coin proves once again that the rare coin world is a realm where the smallest objects carry the largest fortunes. And here on Ultra Rare US Coins, we bring you these faithful stories every day, stories that prove the treasures of America are still waiting to be discovered. Coin number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the final coin of today's journey, a coin so modern, so seemingly ordinary, yet so astonishingly rare and valuable that it proves without a doubt that treasure still circulates in the everyday world around us. This is the year 2017, Lincoln Shield Cent with the D mint mark, dressed in a golden shade, touched with subtle gray dots, and preserved in extra fine condition. Now let's set the stage. The Lincoln Shield Cent, introduced in 2010, is one of the most symbolic designs in modern American coinage. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's profile continues its unbroken legacy since 1909, over a century of honoring one of the greatest leaders in history. On the reverse, the bold shield stands strong, engraved with the words "1 cent," representing unity and strength, echoing Lincoln's mission to hold America together. By 1917, these coins were produced in the billions at the Denver Mint, stamped proudly with the D mint mark. For most Americans, they were just spare change. But hidden among the masses was a select few coins that looked different, coins that told a different story. And the piece we are focusing on today is one of those treasures. What sets this coin apart is its stunning appearance. Instead of the common copper red or brown tones most cents display, this shield cent carries a golden glow, a shimmering aura that makes it appear almost like it has been gilded. Across its surface, subtle gray dots create contrast, making the golden shade shine even brighter. To a casual eye, it is just a beautiful penny. But to collectors, it is something far greater. It is a one-in-a-million masterpiece. Let's not forget its extra fine condition. This coin has clearly survived the chaos of circulation with remarkable grace. The details remain crisp, the shield's bold lines, Lincoln's sharp portrait, the striking clarity of the Denver Mint mark. It has lived through the modern era, yet it emerges today looking almost untouched. Extra fine is more than just a grade. It is a statement that this coin has been preserved, protected, and destined for greatness. Now, rarity. Here's where the story takes its sharpest turn. Yes, billions of 2017 cents were struck. But how many exist with this exact golden glow, those natural gray-toned markings, and in extra fine condition? The answer, only a fraction, perhaps so few that they can be counted on one hand in the highest-end collections. And it is this rarity that transforms an ordinary penny into a collector's battlefield treasure. And the value? Get ready. The current market value of the 2017 Lincoln Shield Cent with D mint mark, golden shade, gray dots, and preserved in extra fine condition is an incredible $68,500. Yes, $68,500 for a coin minted just a few years ago. This isn't a dream. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the real truth of today's auction market. And the most electrifying part? Its value isn't fixed. It's climbing higher and higher as collectors realize how rare coins like this truly are. The demand is growing, the supply is locked away, and the numbers at auction keep shocking even the experts. Today's 68,000 could be tomorrow's 100,000. That's the power of modern rarities, living proof that the treasures of tomorrow are already here today. For collectors tuning in right now, here is your tip. Never underestimate modern issues. People assume older coins are always more valuable, but as you've seen throughout this journey, even coins from the 2010s can carry the weight of a fortune. Check your pocket change. Study every shield cent. Look for unusual toning, rare mint marks, and extraordinary condition. The treasure is out there. It may even be in your hands already. So, in conclusion, the year 2017 Lincoln Shield Cent with the D mint mark is more than just currency. It is a modern miracle. With its glowing golden shade, its subtle grey dots, its extra fine preservation, and a market value of $68,500, it proves that hidden fortunes are still alive in the most unexpected places. It is not just a coin. It is a golden treasure disguised as everyday money. And as we close this incredible journey of 5 coins today, let me remind you, here on Ultra Rare US Coins, we bring you the most faithful, most trustful, and freshly updated stories every single day. We are not just talking about coins. We are talking about treasures, about fortunes, about the mysteries that still live in America's currency. Today, we uncovered 5 extraordinary coins, each one a masterpiece of history, rarity, and wealth. But this is only the beginning. Because as long as coins are struck, as long as collectors search, and as long as treasure lies hidden in plain sight, there will always be another story, another fortune, another miracle to share. So stay with us, subscribe, and join this adventure, because tomorrow, the next treasure might just be yours.